Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you. Today we are going to be discussing a lot when it comes to the issues that we want to discuss about. So a lot of those issues will get just towards what is going on between Ambazonia, the La Republic, and the Norwegian government. Okay, we heard of the arrest of Cho AYABA. We know now that he's in custody in Oslo. We are going to be getting into some deep dive into some of those issues that are coming along the way. You know, when somebody is arrested, there's so many mixed opinions all around the world, but it's good to listen. But what I'm going to do today is just to give some analysis. Okay, the possibility of extradition, the international law, how it abounds, the ICC regulations about war crimes and everything. Because when there's war, the War Crime Tribunal is there to look at those crimes against humanity. They don't care about the war, who is against or for the war. What they are looking at, those crimes that are called war crimes and war crimes against humanity. So today we are going to be talking about that. So those crimes are the crimes that we're going to be talking about. Okay. I'm gonna play this so that you listen and you give your own opinion about what it means. Okay. Now, let me play this audio and we'll come back to that, okay? Okay.
Quick reaction to the allegation that Cho AYABA has been arrested. I, Larry Yaounde, hereby assert that Western countries have been participating in sustaining dictators in Africa, and the consequences of this sustenance of dictators by the United States, France, England, and the rest of the Western countries has been the deteriorating security situation in Africa. The West is responsible. Emmanuel Macron colluded with some unscrupulous officials in the United States government to get some Ambazonian leaders to be arrested. That will not solve the problem of the dictatorship of Paul Biya, who's been in power for 42 years and 92 years, killing journalists. We are sending a message to the Western world. The continued support of dictators is the perpetuation of the poverty of the continent and insecurity, and the arrest of leaders will not solve the problem. We are ready to be arrested. We know the history of the United States and Western countries. They sustained the apartheid regime in South Africa, and were supporting murderers like Jonas Savimbi.
So that's
strategic interest.
Larry Yaounde. So Larry Yaounde is comrade Larry Yaounde is a member of the AGOFC, ADF, and his point is understood, right? Because he talked about the issue of the innocence. Okay, that until you are proven, when you are guilty of something, that's when you can be jailed, right? But you have to go through the legal process, right? But he was talking about the West responsible for, the dictators in Africa and so on and so forth. He mentioned all those issues, but we have to focus on Ambazonia, the southern Cameroon. When you have a crisis, The international community watch. There is a lot more people watching, Amnesty International, and all these people watching. Okay, we know there have been crimes committed by La République du Cameroon. The burning of more than 50,000 villages, 50,000 homes, villages, more than 400 villages and towns burned down. We have a lot of people who have been killed, by the La République military. So those are genocide. We have seen Pinin, we have seen Bali, we have seen Santa, we have seen Ekona, we have seen all sort of type of killings going on for the past 8 years. No one person of La République origin has been held accountable. No one. So what does that tells you? It tells you that the international community is one-sided, is being biased when it comes to international law. Okay, now we are going to go into some deep dive into the arrest of Dr. Cho AYABA. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the extradition law, but for now I want to talk about what some comments, okay, by some members of the international community, and this is coming from Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim is now in Kondengi. He said, I had a dream. Southern Cameroon will win on the floor of Oslo's court. Okay, that's what Abdul Karim is saying. That he had a dream that Southern Cameroon will win on the floor of Oslo court. That's what Abdul Karim is saying. That's what he is saying. Okay, so we don't know exactly Abdul Karim's but he said that he will make an unrivaled, okay, he's talking about, okay, case for his people and land. He's talking about AYABA CHO. The integrity of our case defeats any form of duplicity. Norway is a nation state with history of battles for self-determination. Norway is a liberal democracy governed by the rule of law, and I'm confident that Oslo will allow Dr. Cho his day in court with a willing spirit. Facts of our self-determination triumph over the fiction of fascism and occupation. Southern Cameroonians must remember that together we rose, and not alone shall we fall. It is our shared struggle and shared triumph. It is victory or death. Abdul Karim Ali. So that's from Abdul Karim, and we had a lot of reactions since the arrest of Dr. Cho AYABA, and it coming in from different angles. The fact that some La République citizens are very happy, the black legs are happy, or the law, international law does not work like that. I saw even people reacting about the silence of the government of Cameroon, right? Because we had a lot of information about how the Colonel Bankwi and all this and Tanganji had been conniving to work with Dr. Cho AYABA. Okay, behind the scene, it happens. We saw how along the years the government of Cameroon has tried to bribe, trying to get into touch with some of these leaders, trying to connive and bribe. That is what has been going on. But not every leader that they talk to can be convinced, because the struggle is in the spirit. This struggle is not about money. For the past 8 years, we have been saying that no matter what La République does, it will not convince one leader to betray the struggle. They can collect the money, they can collect whatever they want, but it's La République's mistake for you to think that one person can betray the struggle. Since 8 years, the movement is just different. It's not the same. Okay, it's hard for one person to just stand and say, okay, I'm gonna betray the people of Southern Cameroon, and La République believe that. You can't believe that. It's very hard. And when you see, this is the even the Dr. Cho Ayaba's, this is it. Look, Ayaba Cho's defense lawyer argued in court yesterday that his client denies charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity. We all know how many people has La Republic killed, the government officials of La Republic. How many of government officials are involved in this war, that they are eating a lot of money? The taxpayers, La Republic citizens, are dying of hunger because of this crisis. They are spending a lot of money, lavishing this money extravagantly on this war, that they don't even know the outcome of the war. If you ask the La Republic government officials today, what will they benefit from fighting this war after 8 years? They don't know what to tell you. They just think that Southern Cameroon is so rich that if they let it go, La Republic will just die. La Republic cannot survive without Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. But it's because they don't know how to produce. They don't know how to do things by themselves. Because you cannot think that Ambazonia, because it's been the breadwinner of the country, it should remain like that. They don't think about the well-being of the people. You only think that, we want to keep this territory. This territory should stay within the framework of one Cameroon. But you don't think about, these people are English-speaking people. They had a country. They had even lived with Nigerians. Nigerians never refused them to leave when time came, when the relationship was not going. Okay, you can't force relationship. Okay, this is a case of Dr. Choya, but now where we have that the misinformation, misunderstanding, and lies will not help. Okay, they said during the brief hearing, the court was told that Pacho was not a Norwegian citizen, even though he was granted permission to live in the kingdom and has been doing so for several years. They talk about, after reaffirming the rights of the kingdom to bring people to like Pacho to justice, the prosecution demanded that Pacho be kept in detention on the outcome of the trial. This, is just because of the issue of flight risks. They talk about that, or tampering of evidence, and so on and so forth. But we are seeing how law is. Okay, imagine when they arrested Ayoktabe and the Neraten, La Republic did not even grant them any access to. I think it took about a month after they were extradited from Nigeria to Cameroon and all. But you see, this is what we're talking about. Some people think that they can just take Ayaba Cho and just send to Cameroon, and this is not those African countries. That's why I said that African countries can be convinced, or La Republic can go there and tell those lies, and they believe them. These people will have due process, okay? Because extradition law is not so easy the way La Republic think, okay? The law of extradition between nations governs the formal process by which one country hands over an individual to another country. So it's not just easy like that. La Republic must explain, because first, Ayaba is a German citizen. Okay, Ayaba is a German citizen, so it's not just easy for you to just take a German citizen, send to Cameroon, then the German citizen will stay in Cameroon, and they will be playing politics on that German citizen. It will not work like that. La Republic will explain, okay, why they think they need this individual, and what is the root cause of this individual being handed over to them, and what is the due process, what is the guarantee that La Republic can give to the German government, that if they send Ayaba Cho to Cameroon, he will have due process, not like the one of Neraten. Okay, if Ayoktabe, they were arrested in Europe, it would have been different, right? Because they are arrested in Africa. Africa is the same. Okay, extradition treaties typically occurs through these treaties between two countries, and if you don't have that extradition procedure, it's very hard for you to even, So Cameroon must have extradition treaty with Germany or extradition treaty with Norway. Then 3 of these countries now will say, okay, this is what is going to happen. But they have to have a due process. Okay. Now, those extradition offenses are common offenses may include crimes such as murder, drug trafficking, human trafficking, fraud, and terrorism. Right? Those are crimes that one country can go into extradition. But in this case, it's about self-defense. Okay, and in a self-defense case, a fight for freedom, it involves so many parties. Okay, somebody's in Norway, and but the fight is in Cameroon, is in Amazonia, right? Those two facets cannot come together and say, okay, let's just send him there. No, the lawyer, as you see, who say, hey, the other leaders that were arrested were given life sentence, like Yaounde and the Naira 10. They were given life sentence. To date, they are nowhere to be found. They are there in the dungeons of La Republic, going through hell. Is that what the La Republic can guarantee? The extradition of AYABA back to the lion's den? I don't think so. Okay, so the legal framework of extradition, the extradition law can vary between these countries. So, with some relying on that bilateral treaties that 2 countries can sign, but La Republic, I don't think that they even have any bilateral treaty with Germany or even Norway. Okay, yes. So it's very hard. Okay, and many treaties contain this exception of political offenses. Okay, this offense is more of political offense than just a criminal offense, because it's a fight for self-determination, and that fight for self-determination has a lot to do. Okay, yes, we know there are those human right considerations, human right violations, and all those. Okay, torture, or unfair trial, and all those. Then we also have asylum. Okay, AYABA can still claim asylum. Okay, it doesn't mean that when you have somebody, they will just take somebody and throw into the lion's den and say, okay, you go there and suffer. Okay, yes. So there are so many perks. Okay, so many challenges. Okay, it will not be that easy as people think that remember when even the extradited the Naira 10, didn't the Nigerian government came back and went through the file and say, wow, this is not fair. How do they do? How can they repatriate Nigerian citizens without their concerns? Most of those Naira 10 are Nigerian citizens. Some are asylum seekers, and the asylum law does not permit you to send somebody to a country where the person will face persecution. Okay, that is the thing. So there are so many reasons why if we look at it, you see how extradition, Norway cannot extradite AYABA CHO. Okay, it will be very difficult because so many reasons about. Okay, because extradition for crimes against humanity can be very complex. Okay, so it's not like, imagine the ethical, the legal, the political considerations and all these things put together. It's so difficult. Okay, very difficult. Yeah, that's why we talk about even the those issue of criminality, issue of sovereignty and legal jurisdictions. It's not every country can have the jurisdiction over certain crimes. Okay, that's why the ICC comes in, the ICJ comes in. There are crimes that cannot be tried by a country. They will say, no, this is international law. It's not a country's law. Okay, that is the issue of the absence of international consensus, where the different international views and different factors come together. Okay, and that is okay. Now we have some message that is just coming in from the prisoners of conscience, that they issue this unity. They issue this statement from prison, Kondengi, okay, following the arrest of Dr. Cho AYABA. They said that the leadership of Ambazonia in detention, representing the prisoners of conscience involved in the struggle for the liberation of Southern Cameroon, has issued a powerful unity statement following the recent arrest of Dr. Cho AYABA in Norway, expressing grave concern, trepidation, frustration. The prisoners of conscience emphasized that this arrest marks a significant inflection point in the Ambazonian struggle for sovereignty and independence. You see, some people are looking at the arrest in a different way. Some people are saying, oh, let them keep him there because of his ADF, the atrocities of the ADF. Some people are looking at it also different, that, oh, this is a good opportunity for an Ambazonian struggle to go into the international scene where they can hold people accountable, okay, hold the Republic government officials who are the nooks and crannies of this war. They don't want this war to stop because the money they are milking from this war, okay, there's no accountability. They will send millions and millions and millions of money to that they are sending to these people. They will take that money, squander the money, okay, all those kind of things, okay. But this is what is okay. This is from Comrade Mark Barata. This one is coming in. He said that the Ambazonian struggle shall strive. Okay, that's what he said. No, this is from Mark Barata. He said that in light of recent event, it has been several days since Dr. Cho AYABA Lucas was detained in Norway on allegations of crime against humanity concerning Cameroon, a nation currently annexing southern Cameroons and perpetrating a silent genocide against its people. This detainment is not merely an attack on an individual, but an attempt by Cameroon to destabilize our collective focus, especially as we approach the Oktoberfest celebrations. So don't forget, the Oktoberfest celebration is coming up 1st of October. I've seen a lot of movement trying to do some marches. On the 1st of October, there is huge march going on. I think that will be a good opportunity for us to see some of those flyers, those different movement and the flyers and all those. Yes, we have a lot of movement that will be marching. They will be doing some march, okay, and we'll be happy to bring that, especially those people who will be doing their marches. But we have a lot of this. Let me share with you. Okay, this is the flyer of the march that's gonna take place. Okay, 1st of October march. This is for the 1st of October march. Okay, all Southern Cameroonian and Ambazonia converge on the U.S. capital, Washington, D.C., to commemorate Independence Day. Date, Tuesday, 1st of October. Okay, so the 1st of October is on Tuesday. And every Ambazonian in that area in America is asked to converge in the capital of America, Washington, D.C., on this 1st of October. Okay, it's a Tuesday. It starts from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there will be a long protest march. There will be march in commemoration of the 1st of October. So meet in front of the Union Station. Bring your personal placards. Okay, so you can contact the number there. This is the 1st of October march. So please, if you are in America, if you're in Washington, D.C. area, you are the DMV area, this is a powerful march for the people of Ambazonia to tell the world about their plight, about their case, about what is going on. So please get ready for that, okay? We are marching ahead, no turning back, okay? Our struggle is a struggle for self-determination, so it doesn't end, Okay, it doesn't end. That's why you see a lot happening now. Okay, now let's look at some counter argument about this arrest of Dr. Cho Ayaba. What some people think about the arrest. This is about different opinion. The way Ayaba conducted himself along the years, there's always people thinking that, oh, this guy is not really fighting for the struggle. And depending on what you say, okay, there are people who will tell you that no, this Ayaba went too far in his disagreement with all the leaders, disagreement with all the groups, trying to portray himself as the number one head of everything. So those were the complications that the leaders faced with Ayaba. When they called for any unity, Ayaba never showed up. Even Ayaba showed up, Ayaba will go and do his own thing. That is what the recent event that happened was, this school reopening. All the leaders sat and discussed. Ayaba was there. They discussed about the school reopening. School should open only after the 17th. Okay, from the 9th to the 17th, there will be lockdown. All the leaders agreed. The restoration fighters, the freedom fighters agreed. The groups agreed. Okay, the interim government and all the other leaders, they agreed on that date. Ayaba, after leaving that meeting, went back and said no. The ADF and the AGOFC has declared that the lockdown will continue. Come on. The leaders sat with you, you made agreement, and you come and change again. And this is not the first time Ayaba is doing this. During all these other atrocities that were going on, there are atrocities that La Republic is committing. Ayaba will claim it. Okay, there are so many examples of, see the burning of some of the taxis, the yellow taxis that happened when Ayaba passed that law of the banning of the taxis. My contributor said that some of those taxis were burned by them, the blacklegs. But who claim it? Ayaba. Okay, you're claiming things that can put you in trouble. Okay, we are fighting a war, and even after 100 years, they still judge crimes against humanity when it comes to war. Those crimes don't go away. So any crime you commit now, thinking that, oh, after 10 years they'll forget it, no way. Imagine even Germany in First and Second World War. Germany is still paying reparations to countries today. 1945, Second World War, Germany is still paying reparation. How many years? Think of it. Okay, so crime of war crimes don't go away like people think that, okay, when you commit crimes now they'll just forget it and say, okay, no, okay, where are you people? No, that's why you have many organizations now, Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, different countries, organizations are there watching. They are taking records. Anything that happened, they are taking records. They will ask the government, do investigation. They too are doing their own investigation, just like that. They want accountability. Okay, but there are many things that are happening. Okay, this is from okay, this is coming from this is Thinking Aloud. Chairman Mike, SOS Mike, he write this, I don't know, yeah, I think, yeah. He said, when a supposed freedom fighter is arrested and charged with the crime of inciting crimes against humanity, and the very people he is supposed to be fighting to liberate jump with excitement on hearing of his predicament, isn't it an indication that he has failed as a freedom fighter? They say, doesn't it indicate that his actions were not commensurate with those of a true freedom fighter? Doesn't it indicate that his actions were not people-centered? These are the questions that a lot of people ask about AYABA CHO, right? Where we know of atrocities against soldiers, atrocities against generals, atrocities against the civilians.
All these are things that people take note. Okay, yes, we understand. These will call for international attention. Okay, where we are looking at those things. Okay, this is what Thibaut Nagy says. Thibaut Nagy, remember, Thibaut Nagy is a renowned member of the Amazonian community, former US ambassador to Africa. Okay, he said the reasons Norway cites for arresting Cho Ayaba can just as easily be applied to Cameroon, right? To Cameroonian security officials. Will they be arrested if transiting Oslo? Good. You know, when you have like a warrant of arrest, international warrant, any country that is a member of that ICC can arrest you. But now he's asking if any of Cameroon government officials who are part of these crimes, can they be arrested? Can they be arrested if they land their foot in any or transiting through any of this state like Norway? That is the question he is asking, because that's how the international this thing work, where people are being arrested when they are transiting, or they can even send Interpol on you for your arrest. So these are things that happen within that framework. Okay, yeah. So we have a lot of other people trying to give their own comments about what is going on, and their reaction is different. Okay. Let me read this one from somebody coming. Ayaba is not arrested because he is fighting to liberate Amazonia. No, he is arrested because he is committing terror on the civilian population and not on the enemy, and he will not go in alone without exposing his sponsors. Google has been recording everything done, even in the dark. Capo is testifying to some of their crime before he left Egg of Sea, but he will be next among others. No single crime committed by any Amazonian will be hidden when we restore our independence. I have always telling them and Amazonia that our struggle is God ordained. Anyone doing anything in hiding to betray our struggle, well, God may forgive such if he or she can repent, but the Amazonian law will never forgive such when we restore our independence. If the surrogates of Ayaba can see the dark clouds of heavy rain coming and prepares for it, fine. Or they continue. After all, their sponsors still have money to give them to cause havoc on our suffering people in the name that liberating a nation is not cheap. Okay. So this is also coming. Yeah, this is coming from some people. Someone sent me this message that there are two options: those working for Yaounde government in his forceful assimilation, and the second working with the government officials doing business and making huge money from the blood of the English-speaking regions. That's what somebody is writing. So someone say absolutely he must be working with some government insider. The more reason CRTV has not announced his arrest. So people are saying that because of the silence of the government, they say Ayaba has been working with the government. Okay, and there's so many different opinions coming from different angles, and they say if pressure is put on him, that means Ayaba, right? If pressure is put on Ayaba, he may reveal secrets that will surely compromise some top-ranking officials in Cameroon. It is from here that people will know why this crisis is not getting a lasting solution. Okay, that is from another onlooker too. So there are so many opinions, and I can read all this from different people, but no time for that. Okay, no time for that. The ADF needs to check on their activities, try to see what they can do to avoid being tarnished, their image, because this is not first time. Okay, someone like Comrade Sama Thomas, I'm gonna get with him so that you hear his own take about this arrest. He has been sounding these alarms long ago to Comrade Cho Ayaba. Please, this thing you're doing is not good. This crime you are encouraging these guys to commit is not good. Okay, let's stop this. Let's stop this. Let me get to Comrade Cho Ayaba. Okay.
Of AYABA's surrogate.
Yes.
In this their stupidity, they cause AYABA to be where AYABA is now today, seated behind bars. When AYABA was being investigated by the Norwegian justice system and police about 2 years or so ago, they tried to downplay it. I warned them and even call AYABA personally. That, my friend, you are my brother. Be careful with the
Wow, that is Comrade Sama Thomas there. He was trying to give his opinion about the arrest. You know, so many people are, writing and talking, but it's this is about people's opinion, and people are free to air their views. Someone said, "Greetings, Comrade Freaks. Hope you are doing well. We still haven't gotten it right. The arrest of AYABA is a clear indication that unity is the way forward. Some at how quiet everything is. If we were united, Oslo would be full of our people these days. But I see no one, not even the egg of sea going to Oslo to protest." This is somebody saying, right? Yeah, so, yeah, the talk say now is the time for our leaders to come together and form the three branches of government: defense, humanitarian, and diplomacy. Let each leader focus on their strength and let the rest follow suit. That is the way forward. So people are giving their opinion of this arrest. Some people look at it positively, some people look at it negatively. It all depends on how you look at it. Okay. But this message about the arrest is coming from Dr. Tapang Ivo, who said that AYABA recently just issued a first statement to his immediate family addressing his arrest, and its broader implication. The key points of his message are as follows. One, he said Dr. Ayaba stated that he was prepared for his arrest, which he described as long overdue. Two, that he emphasized that this is neither his first arrest nor will it be his last, recalling that German authorities previously failed in their attempt to arrest him and expressing confidence that Norway will also not succeed. Third, Dr. Ayaba asserted that he remains in high spirit and intends to convert his arrest into an international dispute to further the Ambazonian cause. Four, he remarked that negative publicity surrounding him ultimately benefits Ambazonia, drawing more attention to the cause. Bad publicity on him is good publicity for Ambazonia, he adds. Five, he said Dr. Cho confirmed that he still holds his German citizenship and expressed satisfaction with the current international focus on Ambazonia, stating that the global attention has shifted from Ukraine to Ambazonia. And lastly, he said he reaffirmed his commitment, his belief that Ground Zero is leading the Ambazonia revolution and that the movement for change is unstoppable. That is coming from Dr. Ayaba, who is now in custody. So, thank you for listening, and that is all what we have for you today. And God bless you. God bless Ambazonia forever.